This is my daily go-to makeup routine. Usually when I do really intense makeup looks, I'll put tape on my side of my eyes just to get that straight cut line and to help with eyeliner. If I just buy new eyeliner, I've learned to do that. But right now I'm going to start with my foundation. I know that's different. Just because this is such a basic look for me, I know there's not going to be any fallout. I know how my eyeliner lines up correctly, so I'm not too worried about that. So I've already pre-washed my face. If you guys want a video about what I use to wash my face and how I keep my face clean and cleansed, let me know and I can get one out for you guys. So this is my foundation that I use. Is I've switched between a few. Right now I'm going to use MAC Pro Longwear foundation in NW15. I'm very white. I don't know if you guys can see this. Excuse my nails. There we go. I take this and I squeeze about 4 pumps on the back of my hand. And I take just a basic foundation brush. This is actually an e.l.f. brush. And I dip that in my foundation. And I'm gonna go ahead and apply this all over. Okay. Then I'm also gonna take another e.l.f. brush. This is an e.l.f. powder brush. It's just a flat brush. You can use any kind of brush you want to blend in foundation. That's my thing. I feel foundation is just a base because I put so much on top of what goes on my foundation that it doesn't really matter as long as it's smooth, it's thinned out, because that's how you do not want to look cakey. Blend in the neck, blend in the neck. Okay. So voila, there's some foundation for ya. Foundation. Yeah. All right, this right now is my favorite concealer. But this NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer is my holy grail. It's in color Light 1. I don't know if that helps you guys. Light 1. All right, so what I do with this concealer is I take it like this. I'm gonna put it right under my eyes. I also use this to highlight since it's a few shades lighter than my skin. It's really helpful. I don't have to add anything else on top to give that lighter complexion, even though I still do because I love just putting stuff on my face. There it is. I'm gonna put a little bit right here on my chin. And in the middle of my forehead. And along down your nose. If you guys don't, I see a lot of people on YouTube doing this and they're just kind of like throwing highlight or a lighter shade concealer in the middle of their skin. Or in the middle of their nose, I'm sorry, their skin. In the middle of their nose. And if you don't get this line straight, your nose will look crooked. So a straight line. Even if it's not, like I don't make a straight line every time I blend it out, make it a little bit bigger. I go on the inside of my eyes, like I said, because of my bags. Get it up here on them brows. Now I'm going to take a damp beauty blender. Love this. If you guys don't, and if you guys have not invested in a beauty blender, I suggest that you do. I've tried to buy Walgreens versions, I've tried to buy Target versions. It's just so hard to find anything that works like a beauty blender because it just is the perfect sponge. And I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it out. I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out under my eyes. And all I'm doing is dabbing. I'm dabbing. Don't smear, just dab a little bit. Make sure you get in all those little creases and crease. Okay, so my concealer is blended. Then I go ahead, like I said, I've tried Walgreens and Target store beauty blenders, and I've found out that they don't work for me to blend concealer, but they really work for me to use as tools to bake with. I don't know if you guys heard of the baking technique or the cooking technique, I guess they would be called. Should probably figure out what it's actually called, but I think it's called baking, the baking technique. So I use translucent powder to set it. It also helps to set, it sets your concealer. So I found this Target Beauty Blender because I'm just gonna use powder. Usually I use translucent powder. I haven't been able to find any. So I have been using this CoverGirl loose powder in 105. So it's just it's a light color. So I wet this beauty blender is wet. I guess a knockoff beauty blender is wet. I dip it into the loose powder. So the side looks like this. And that's what I'm gonna go ahead and dab under my eyes with. And this stuff I just cake on because you're gonna end up wiping it all off anyway. The stuff you wipe off. Okay. A little more under the eyes. I set it in the middle. I basically put this everywhere that we just set your highlight. Everywhere you just put that concealer, you're gonna dab onto this. I know we didn't put concealer right here. I do this just to make sure when we move on to contouring right now, that my line is straight and there's no fallout from the brown or whatever color we decide to use. So the chin, the nose, the forehead, under the eyes, like I said, I cake this on because we're gonna wipe it off. We're just gonna wipe it all off. Then I go in with this Real Technique brush. I believe it's called a face brush. My little words came off. This is what it looks like. It's just a little flat head, like I would say kabuki kind of brush. And I go in with MAC Give Me Sun. This is my favorite go-to bronzer. This will match any color skin tone. Any color. It is just wonderful. And I've had this for about, I want to say 3 years now, and I still am nowhere near to hitting pan. Nowhere near. So I love this stuff. So I'm going to take this on this brush and I'm going to put it right from my ear bone to the center of my cheek, probably like around right here. I don't like to breathe. So I just suck in and sweep back and forth, kind of like little windshield wipers. I go into a couple circular motions, always blending up. Always blending up, even though I just blend out, like blending your circles up. Don't push down here because you want this to be white. That's why we put that translucent powder down there. I'm gonna go in again, do the same thing with the other side. All right, and then I do the temples of my head. If you feel like you have a bigger forehead, I've read and I've seen YouTube videos and people explain it to me. If you darken right here and right here, which I'll just show you because this is what I do, the temples and up here, it's gonna make it look brought down, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna do the other side, really get in there in the temples. I do the top of my forehead right here, like on the hairline. That's gonna help. And you always leave this white because that's where we highlighted. So don't do your whole forehead, just get around there. Really blend in there also. And then I blend this on down into my neck. I know this looks kind of harsh right now, but we're gonna blend that out also in a second. Today, in this video, I'm gonna call it contouring, but really I'm just bronzing where I would contour. Because the contour is like a cooler gray, I would say, type of shade, which is gonna cause that shadowy effect where the bronzer is a bronzer. It's gonna look like you have sun, like you're glowing. We wanna glow, we wanna glow. Yeah, so the chin. I also do my nose right here. I flatten this. I know people do real brushes and I just kind of lightly make a straight line around my nose, under it, and right on top. I don't know if you guys can see that. Right there, a little bit. And it's just gonna give me a little more definition in my nose. It's gonna carve my nose out. Boom! There's that highlight in that bronzer, highlight in that bronzer. All right. Now, I recently just got this new Tarte Christmas edition case thing. Water. This thing is really freaking cool. It comes with a brush. It came with mascara, which I'm going to use in this video. I need to buy it full size because I'm in love. This is the blush that I'm going to use. And this is kind of what I was talking about. You can totally contour with this color right here. It's a little bit cooler compared to MAC, but I'm going to use this as blush, okay? And it is called Amazed. And I just kind of dab it in there. Dab it, dab it. I'm going to do it right on my cheeks. This is really pigmented. That's why I am really amazed with... Amazed. Get it? Got it? Amazed with Tarte's palettes that they've been coming out. Alright, so I just kind of blend this all in circles, swipe it up, swipe it down all over my cheeks. Get those. Hey. So we still have this baking all over your face. I'm going to take, my wonderful boyfriend just bought me these brushes. I love them. They're from Sephora. This is an airbrush powder brush. This is what I use to wipe off my foundation, and I also use the Studio Sculpt defining powder in medium. So I just kind of like wipe it in there. This is what I'm going to use to blend out any harsh lines and take away the CoverGirl baking powder. If you guys don't do any eyeshadow or anything like that, this is pretty much my face. I'll do a highlight. My sister actually just bought this for me for my birthday. I am in love. It's the Becca Jaclyn Hill. I don't know if you guys can see that. Becca Jaclyn Hill. It comes with Champagne Pop, Pearl, and this blushed copper color, which is really pretty. I'm really obsessed with Champagne Pop right now. I just love Jaclyn Hill though, so you can highlight. I usually just tap it all right here. It's kind of like a bronze color. It really does give a nice glow if you're going for that bronzy effect. This is usually what I use as an everyday thing. Pop out a little bit more. Look at that. Hey, Champagne Pop. I see you, Jaclyn Hill. I see you, girl. Look at that. All right, I add this in the middle. My little Cupid's bow right here. And just a tad on my nose. I'm going to add some liner on really quick for you, and then mascara. I'm going to set my face, and then we're done. Whatever lip color you guys want. I use this Urban Decay makeup setting spray. I just spritz. It's the all-nighter makeup setting spray. I know it's expensive, guys. It's like 30 bucks. But this and Fix Plus, I would recommend to anybody. If you're gonna spend the money on something that will work. This at least works for me. You shake it. I just drench myself in this stuff because it smells great. And that's it. If you guys want a lip color, you can always apply your lip color. Yes, this MAC lipstick is my go-to also. It's called Angel. I don't use any lip liner. A lot of people ask me that. I don't use any lip liner. I don't know why. I've never really been into lip liner. I think I've used it once if it was like a matte color. The lip liner was matte itself and it dried matte, and I was like, oh, this is beautiful, I need this. I don't use lip liner and my lips seem to stay on, so I guess if you guys have any suggestions for me on why you use lip liner, let me know. This is the Tarte mascara that I was raving about. It's called Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte. I love this stuff. Alright guys, there it is. This is my everyday go-to makeup look. Thanks guys. Please subscribe. Please, please, please subscribe. Please. I would love to keep making videos for you guys. If you guys have any looks you want to see, anything you've seen on my Instagram, on my Facebook, in person. Let me know if you guys please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is my first YouTube video, guys, and I hope I receive so much love from you all, and I know I will. I know I will. Thank you, guys.